Welcome to eSports Report, presented by the Xbox One, the official console of Major League Gaming. Benson and Mr. X guiding you through today's pre-game show. We're at the Vulcan part of the store, or part of the segment, I guess, part of the show.
Part of the show.
I was going to say part of the
This is
story.
a segment on a show. That's how that works.
It's fine, don't
Ben
worry.
doesn't know how to speak. I apologize on his behalf.
all
We're going to teach you guys how to Vulcan. First off,
Teach me how to Vulcan. Teach me how to Vulcan.
fill the card. Create your account.
That should be the sound. That should definitely be a sound.
Yeah, use the code MLGCOD for a 100% deposit match on up to $1,000.
Pretty badass.
Join a league with other users, virtual money or real money. Draft a team of 8 players. You have $10,000 in salary to spend. You know, some players are worth more than others.
That's true.
Obviously, you pick a shot caller. One of the people that you draft, you make him the shot caller. They earn 25% more points. And then, obviously, watch the Season 3 Pro League to figure out how your team did. See if you won.
Yeah, all about winning, all about going up against each other, and because of that, we decided, how can we possibly help you guys with your Vulcan teams at home? We devised an awesome segment called Boom, Bust, and Bargain. Players you should pick, players you should definitely avoid, and who's relatively kind of on the cheap, which maybe you should give a consideration to. Gonna start with today's Boom. Gonna go to this man, Octane. How can you not draft this guy every single time he's available and playing? You need him on your team. Comes in at kind of a steep asking price.
It's a decent amount of money.
$1,641.
You know, I think you never see him play bad. Game to game, going to be consistent. He's not going to do a lot in the OBJ department. I mean, sometimes you see him get like a decent amount of defense. Depends on the map, playing around the hill and whatnot. But you're going to get a ton of kills. And I think could Orbit win the S&D and make this like a 4-game series?
Maybe. Which makes it exciting.
Which makes it exciting.
I don't think Orbit win the series at all.
No, I don't think they win the series, but there's potential they could make a decent amount of noise in this series, Orbit. I think Octane can put up a lot of numbers.
I'm excited. As we said, going up against Orbit should be a pretty simple one for him. I'd be pretty surprised if they don't manage to kind of clutch up. Maybe, as you said, you get a game 4 out of him, and again, great.
Right.
But definitely consider him as a shot caller for today's games. Talk about the bust of the day, though. This one is going to be going to Nameless today. A huge asking price, $1,512.
It's a lot.
That's a lot for a player who, honestly, can we really say is
But Nepsilon TK, do you expect anybody to really kind of drop massive numbers?
I mean, no, but
we'll talk about our bargain of the day next. I feel like that has a lot to do with this as well. Like,
yes, like if you had to pick one of the two, you definitely go for the bomb.
So we can go straight to that. Nameless is $1,512. We can go to our bargain of the day. It's going to be Swanee. He comes in at $776.
Like, so it's half price.
Right. You can say that's a 50-50 matchup in that game, right? Like,
it could go either way. Why not get Swanee
for half the price? So you might as well grab Swan.
Just listen. Draft Swanee right now, immediately. I mean, you could,
and it has potential to go long.
It's almost a guaranteed game 4. You look at it and you think, all right, if this doesn't go to a game 4, something weird has happened. I can't see either of the teams 3-0ing one another. And I just feel at that price, if you draft Swanee, you can then easily afford Octane, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can kind of play it like that. But I just think drafting Nameless today doesn't make any sense.
And you actually drafted a team for today.
The Red Pandas are better than the Sneaky Beavers. That's the team name. My team. Let's take a look at who I drafted today. Gonna start off with Nagafed. $934. Cheap, man. Cheap. Very, very cheap. Also,
yeah, I mean, he's gonna put up like 28 kills a game. Do some stuff around the objective.
I'm a bargain hunter.
For less than $1,000. It's a pretty good buy.
What can I say? Bargain hunter. Jerd, also pretty cheap.
$1,120. Price skyrocket though, right? Nobody was picking him. He was like 800.
Right.
And then everyone kind of jumped on this Jerd bandwagon now.
Kind of makes sense.
Over $1,000.
Also went with Classic from Elevate, $1,273. Octane's correct price. We actually said it wrong earlier on. It's not $1,642. It's $1,461. So that makes him even more of a boom. Yeah. Even cheaper, $200 cheaper than we actually mistakenly just said. Going to be my shot caller as well for the evening. I expect so many points to come from him. I'm going to be raking them in. 1.21 KD, 32 Slayer rating.
Right, he's just a dominant AR. Then who'd you round your roster out with?
So, went after Happy as well. Relatively cheap asking price, $1,099. Just shy of a 1 KD, 28.13. Then immediately ran after Attached. This is kind of where those couple of cheap players came in, and then I could afford a player like Attached at $1,706. Big asking price.
Him and Zuma are popular in Vulcan because they put up tons of kills and they do lots of things in the OBJ department. Can make the argument like Zuma, would have been a good pick here.
I thought about going after him.
He's a bit cheaper.
I thought about going after him, but kind of put some faith in Attach. I haven't drafted Attach in a while. I have been going after Zoomer, making him my shot caller. Went with Saints.
His price has gone skyrocketed too.
His price, that was interesting.
He was like $800-900 last
He's very expensive. Zoomer is actually cheaper than Saints, which is kind of scary to think. So this was kind of the toss-up. I put some faith in Saints. Right. And of course, I went straight after Bargain of the day, Swanee. $776. That is absurd. If I could, I would buy 2 of them. But sadly, I can't. I can only get one. 30.55 Slayer rating, a 1.04 KD. Swanee, go to a Game 5, get me a lot of points, and I'll be laughing all the way to the bank. Christopher Puckett also drafted a team today. He went with Beavers are better than Red Pandas. Of course, he is completely delusional, though.
Yeah, and he starts his roster out. Zuma, Apathy, Aqua, Jerd. You had Jerd. Aqua wasn't on your team. $1,200. Pretty good price for Aqua. Gonna go positive. Gonna play good S&D. Gonna be around the objective. Apathy on Rise. I mean, look at that Rise squad. He should be the one racking up most of the kills for that team. So tonight against FaZe, it's a tough matchup. But, Apathy, very good player. 31 kills a game pretty much. Expect good things out of him. And then Zuma, it's going to be Puckett shot caller. $1,582. The 1.15 KD, 33 kills per game, and then a lot of OBJ work. Very good pick from Puckett.
Yeah, it's a great shot caller. I think if you can afford him, if you pick him, he needs to be a shot caller every single time. Take a look at the second page. Puckett's also gone after Saints as well. He also goes after Nameless from TK, the one that we kind of disagreed on. For he's potentially going to be the bust of the day.
He's banking on that Epsilon TK series lasting a pretty long time.
Yes.
Because he's got Swanee, Royalty, and Nameless. So he expects Royalty to do good things around the OBJ. I mean, he's pretty much of a bargain too, right? $814.
Dude, that's just...
I mean, you can argue he's like in the position Jerd was last week when Jerd was like that price.
Yep.
So Royalty, that's a decent pick. Swanee, we talked a little bit about that. And then Nameless, if you were to pick somebody from TK, he's like the one who you would go after.
Right. It makes sense. I just feel the asking price is just way too high. 1,512. I mean... Like, Zoomer's 1,582. And you look at the difference there, like, I just feel Nameless with a negative KD, Zoomer with a positive KD, he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on the hills. Right equals caps, probably going to get some defense as well. S&D, he's always going to be
the only thing consistent. Is that FaZe series could be over in 3. Right?
It's true.
I mean, they could run through Rise 3 games.
If the Epsilon TK series goes all the way...
Oh, Puckett's going to wash you. Yeah, it's not going to be close. He's going to destroy you.
Because you look at it, I have, what, Nagafen and Swanee. That's it. From that series. Whereas he has like 3 players, so could be in some trouble, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, all the action about to kick off in 5 minutes time. We're going to have Christopher Puckett and, of course, Jack casting from home this evening, bringing you all the action from the Pro League. See you guys after the commercial break.